And a crucial part of the investigation is now focusing on the pilot and co-pilot. A U.S. official tells CNN that U.S. intelligence is leaning toward the theory that the pilots are responsible. Police searched their homes, desperately looking for clues. They are now examining a flight simulator found at the pilot's house. The search for Flight 370 is covering a huge area of water and land. Chad Myers is here to give us a sense of just how big this operation is. Yes. Yesterday we were talking about this arc based on satellite imagery, and now we hear that Pakistan says on our radar that plane did not appear.
Correct.
So what does this mean?
Let me tell you why that's significant. Because now that we know that the plane as it left Kuala Lumpur ended up here, turned left, may have missed India, turned in, and then flew over Pakistan. Pakistan said no. Pakistan said nope, that didn't happen. We did not see this plane. It wasn't there. That doesn't mean it wasn't 500 feet off the deck and they never saw it. Possibility, but I think that their air defenses are pretty good. We also believe that India's air defenses are very, very good. This plane now, the only way it could get to this, I think, northern arc is up through Bangladesh. Somewhere in this area back through here, the old Myanmar, the old country known as Burma, up through here. Air defense is not so good, especially if this thing's only a couple hundred feet off the deck. Then you have to climb over the Himalayas. Then you have to really waste some fuel to get up there, and then possibly up here. Here's Tajikistan, Kazakhstan. This is not a flight path. We've been focusing on that red line here, at this red line here. They are not flight paths. It is a line that says the plane was on this line at 8:11 a.m. That's it. It's just a point. This is also not a potential flight path. It just means that's where the plane happened
that potential vicinity. But if we look at what you just demonstrated there, and we talk about the possibility or the plausibility of this 777 with the amount of fuel that it had to go from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing.
Yes.
Could it have also made that kind of trek when we're talking about the need for more fuel in order to go greater mileage?
If you take a direct flight from Kuala Lumpur right up to Beijing, about 2,500 miles. You always add about 10 to 20% in case you have to circle, in case you can't land, in case you have to get diverted.
Except we are being told that there was no added fuel to this plane. But you're saying that 20% still applies.
There's still a reserve. Absolutely, you're not going to load the plane just on that and say make it to Beijing or else. You give it an extra 20% in case you have to divert.
Right.
So now you're talking 3,000 miles worth of fuel. Guess what? If I take this line, I turn left, I fly here. I'm just saying I don't know that this happened.
Possibilities.
This
Again,
is only
theory,
a possibility.
all theoretical.
But if this comes up here, we fly over the mountains and we end up over here in Turkmenistan, that is 3,000 miles. That is right to the end of what the fuel would have been on the reserve, but it's possible to get there.